Our members know us well. They know that we've been around for over 64 years, that we were one of the very first think tanks, associations in Washington that's been dedicated to the broader Middle East, which always included Turkey. That we publish the Middle East Journal, a highly acclaimed, peer-reviewed academic journal that you get as part of your membership. That we have an active internship program for training the next generation of Middle East scholars, American scholars, and we also always take interns from the region as well. That we have a language institute that we offer in the evenings at the Middle East Institute, located over here on N Street, a couple of blocks away. And for those of you who have not gone to our website recently, we invite you to do so, mei.edu. You'll learn a lot of new things. We are publishing more and more brand new academic works on our website, but we also are offering many new languages at the Language Institute, Urdu, Pashto, in addition to Turkish, Arabic, Hebrew, and Farsi. So please go and take a look at our website. Now, for those of you who are members, welcome. We are happy to provide opportunities like this as part of your membership, which is in addition to our annual conference this year, November 3rd and 4th. Please mark it on your calendars, and a subscription to the Middle East Journal. For those of you who are not members, and there may be some of you in the audience, please consider joining. It is a way to support an organization like the Middle East Institute. We have a table out here with samples, actually for purchase, of the Middle East Journal, some of the diskettes on our more recent publications. Please browse through it, learn more about us, learn more about our Language Institute, and I encourage you to become a member. Easily done. Go online. Even people my age know how to do that nowadays. So welcome. Now, the conference today has been put together by a rather extraordinary young scholar that is now running our Center for Turkish Studies, Dr. Gönül Tol. I'll invite her up to the podium in a minute to welcome you all and to tell you a little bit about the center. She has just received her, some couple of years ago, her PhD from the University of Florida, but she studied undergraduate school at the University of Ankara, Middle East Technical Institute in Ankara, sorry. My apologies. But we are very pleased at the Middle East Institute to be able to particularly provide a opportunity for representatives, high-ranking representatives from the Turkish government to come today and present their case on some rather interesting events that have been occurring over the year. I believe I might be wrong, you can correct me, but I think this is the only public opportunity that we offer for the officials from Turkey to come and speak to a wide audience in Washington. We believe this is important at the Middle East Institute. We do not take positions. We're nonpartisan. We don't advocate, but we do represent an opportunity for all sides to speak and debate issues in an academic way. You will be treated today to some extraordinary keynoters, and in addition, later on in the morning and afternoon, some of the best academics in Washington on Turkey. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining the Middle East Institute if you're not a member, and I'd like to introduce Dr. Gönül Tol.
Thank you, Wendy. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to our first annual conference. The Middle East Institute Center for Turkish Studies was founded in March 2009 with the vision of promoting knowledge of Turkey and its foreign policy vis-à-vis the Middle East to the broader American public as well as to policy and opinion makers. And it is to this end we have brought together academics, policymakers, and experts who can give us insight into Turkey's increasingly proactive foreign policy in the Middle East and Eurasia. If we were holding this conference in the 1990s, we would have probably used a much smaller room, and our inboxes would not have crashed due to the RSVP overload. But the world has changed. Polycentrism in the 21st century has increased the autonomy and importance of regional actors. Legitimacy, rather than military might, has become the key to peaceful resolution of conflicts. Civilian instruments of national security, such as diplomacy, strategic communications, foreign assistance, civic action, economic reconstruction and development, have taken primacy over coercion. The balance in foreign policy has slowly been moving from primarily military considerations to issues involving economic relations, protection of human rights, and promotion of democracy. In the new conditions of the 21st century, what constitutes security has been broadened to encompass economic, humanitarian, and environmental concerns, which can only be addressed by resorting to non-traditional forces, such as cultural and commercial exchanges, and a multi-track approach where national, regional, and international actors complement one another. In the words of Joseph Nye, winning the peace is harder than winning a war, and soft power is the key to winning the peace in this century. A Middle East that operates on democratic principles and respect for human rights is a safer Middle East, and it cannot be realized without strong regional partnerships. This conference offers a unique opportunity to examine the ways Turkey's investment in diplomacy, strategic communications, civic action, and economic development in its interaction with the regional actors have contributed to the peace in the region, and which further steps need to be taken for the realization of a safer Middle East. Before I conclude, I would like to express my gratitude to those who have lent their vision to the establishment of the Center for Turkish Studies. Dr. Ibrahim Kalın has been supportive of the idea from the start, providing invaluable encouragement and advice, for which I'm very grateful. I would also like to thank the Turkish ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Namık Tan, for believing in the value of a Center for Turkish Studies at the Middle East Institute. Thanks also to Dr. Yasemin Akbaba, Mr. Abdullah Akgüz, Dr. Stephen Larrabee, our President Wendy Chamberlain, and Vice President Kate Seeley, our keynote speakers and our panelists. Last but certainly not least, I'm grateful to my colleague at CTS, Ms. Hande Ayan, and our intern, Devin Turner, and all my colleagues at the Middle East Institute. And now I would like to invite the Honorable Ömer Çelik to deliver the opening remarks. Mr. Çelik is the Deputy Vice President of the Justice and Development Party, who is responsible for external affairs. And before assuming this post in March 2010, he was a political advisor to the Turkish Prime Minister, and he has also served in the Turkish delegation to NATO's Parliamentary Assembly.